YouTube, today's date is Monday, January 15th, 2018. I am trying to drive and I hate when people try to lightly jog across the street. It's so annoying because it's wintry and it's slippery and you may fall and break your neck and then you're gonna try to blame me. Alright, so here's an update what's been going on. I just released another video. I didn't realize that I had recorded 2 videos and failed to realize that actually my videos were listed as private. So I was like, wow, I have no views. Okay, interesting. You know, I haven't been on here for a year, so I figured everything was done. Turns out that they were private, but now they're listed again. Ah, my goodness. I weighed myself this morning. I still weigh 347. Surprise, surprise. And it's really upsetting because last week I did not work out the way I wanted to. And I don't know if this happens to you guys, but for me, every time I start working out in the beginning, I start getting all this body pain. Everything hurts, everything creaks and cracks. And especially my knees really start hurting. And I've been dealing now since the birth of my son, maybe even a little bit before the birth of my son, with plantar fasciitis of my left foot. And I've had it before, and the way I get rid of it is I have to literally sit there all day at work and massage my foot on a tennis ball or massage my foot on one of those balls that they sell at either Marshall's or anything like that has like these little spikes. And they're like a massage ball. I bought Shishitsu massagers for my feet, and I should do a review on it. You know, they really, for me, they do not work. I'm just like, okay, you're massaging my foot, but I don't feel any. I mean, it's like a very temporary pain relief. However, when I do this bond, if I do it all day and I just rock it and roll it and roll it and roll it, I do feel a lot more pain relief from that. All right, so the goal this week, a few little updates of my life. Number one, my brother-in-law has just announced that he is going to get married the 23rd of June. So that means for me, that is a deadline that I have to get back together, because I'll be damned if by June I weigh 347. By June, I should weigh around 300 pounds, if not less. So how am I doing this? All last week for breakfast, I had shakes. I know they're not the best shakes. They're milk strawberry, chia seeds, and we add some the generic version of Frosted Flakes, but very little, just to give it some flavor. And they're not the best shakes. I know I need to move over to green shakes. I'm even contemplating of doing maybe 3 days out of the week pure shakes and not eating, and see how that goes. And maybe I was thinking of maybe the not eating will get to me, but maybe I could eat like 2 hard-boiled eggs and call it a day. I'm not sure, but I can guarantee that, you know, you guys all know that it's always the food that gets you. So like for today, I did very poorly. I didn't bring any lunch. I was thinking of doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday shakes only. Of course, that's not gonna happen because, oh my God, I got up super late and I didn't get to work on time. And you know, it's Martin Luther King Day and a lot of people are not coming to work because of the holiday. So I did get to work semi earlier than usual, but I really need to get back on getting on track and getting up early and making sure that I get to work on time. It has not been happening since the baby was born. It has not been happening, especially, I shouldn't say since the baby was born. Since I got back from maternity leave, I have not been to work on time. Maybe like the first 2 weeks, and then it tapered off. Reason being is I need to be up at least by 5:30. And to be honest with you guys, I don't get up till like 6:30 because I'm so tired. I'm having trouble still getting the baby to fall asleep. He's a good baby in the fact that when he falls asleep, he does fall asleep. I will say he falls asleep anywhere from 11:30 to 12:30, and he won't wake up until 7 a.m. the next day. He will sleep longer if I let him, which is very much, to me, it's kind of giving me the inkling that I should stop breastfeeding, because in the morning I wake him up only to breastfeed him and he's only getting like less than an ounce. Right now, for example, I have him pumped since this morning, since I breastfed him. I feel a little tingling sensation. It's like around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I feel a little tingling sensation, but nothing major. I had never produced enough milk for it to cause any pain. So I'm pretty much, my husband and I have talked that my goal is 6 months. I remember when I was pregnant, I'm like, the first year, I'm going to give the first year. But I never realized, and it's going to get dark here for a minute, guys. I never realized how extensive it is to breastfeed. I mean, like, damn, it's like you have to get all this stuff, then you have to it takes at least 15 to 20 minutes to pump at work. And the pumping is what gets me. I don't mind breastfeeding. If my child could be with me and I just pop the boob up breastfeeding him, I'm fine. It's the pumping at work that gets me, because people, as much as they try to be respectful, they're not. For some reason, someone always knocks on the door when I'm pumping, or they call me when I'm pumping. And so, I have to turn off my pump machine and answer whatever it is they want to say or ask, and then, turn it back on. And it's really annoying. And then washing the whole crap. I don't know. It's just the whole point of washing everything. It's very, and again, I think a lot of the frustration comes in, I only get maybe an ounce. Sometimes even an ounce off of both boobs together. It makes an ounce of the little milk. And I don't even take that home, because many a time I did it, I would take it home, I would forget about it, and then I would find it the next day as I'm cleaning out my bag all curdled in there. So I was like, forget that crap. So we'll see. I know that once I stop breastfeeding, that will at least open up my my morning, so that I could, get started and work out. But right now I really need to deal with getting this baby to sleep on time. And I've tried all the tricks in the trade. And one of my friends tells me, he's like, part of the problem is if your mom doesn't go to sleep, that baby senses when that house shuts down. If your mom were to go to sleep at 9, I guarantee you all of you would shut down at 9. But, I mean, he was shut down at night. But, I have a hard time believing that, because I remember my friend back in the day, who's no longer my friend because we lost contact with each other, she used to put her kids down at 8 o'clock, and they used to go to sleep. And I was like, dang. But now, I try to tell my mom to minimize the noise and, tell her, the baby's trying to sleep, whatever. But then I feel bad, because I remember a few years ago, I used to criticize my sister-in-law and say, like, why does she say people shouldn't come in, blah, blah, blah. But the main part of them that I criticize is because her kids were already like 10 and 12. And if you're a light-ass sleeper at 10 and 12, then you're not sleeping correctly. I'm talking about a 5-month-old. A 5-month-old still wakes up with everything because their sleep is not as heavy. But when you're 10 and 12, come on now. That's a little exaggerated. So, my God, I have to put gasoline big time. So it does get a little drastic. I don't know. I want to work out so bad, and I find it so difficult to find time to do so. And I feel like I myself am letting myself down. So I'm trying to focus on the food aspect of it. But that in itself is another hardship for me. It's just hard. Like when your family's eating all the time, then at work everyone has food, and then the holidays just pass by. So it's hard. All right, so the goal for this week is to work out at least every day, to do 3 miles a day. That's my goal, 2 to 3 miles. I'm going to skip it to 2 to 3 miles a day. I've been trying to be a little bit more active at work. I've been trying to be active more at home, trying to get up with the baby more, trying to like clean more stuff, trying to, be a little more neat at home and stuff like that. And it's very hard. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people keep a clean house. But I'm trying my damnness to do it. All right? So you guys have yourself a great day. Bye.